Amazing. I'm a pre-order it. Nice. Yeah, hell yeah. React 12 minutes, more like. Damn, we could have extended that. Hold on, let me open up the project. Yesterday I put up another beta patch with some more bug fixes and various other things. I think the game is basically stable. I think it's essentially stable. We need a Crimson React channel. Upload all of my hot takes, such as GTA 5 has uninspired and boring gameplay. No, it's not boring. The driving is fun. And then the shooting in third person. And then the driving. And then the shooting. And the running around. And the shooting and the driving and the motherfuckers will say GTA 5 is boring, but then say Arc Raiders is amazing. All right, hey, listen, Arc Raiders actually has some like tensity to it. Arc Raiders was pretty damn good, at least the beta that I played, or whatever you would call it, the test. It's just my way of pissing people off. I don't know. People die on the hill for GTA 5, and now, albeit I never played RDR2, so I'm not going to shit on it, but everybody really loves to bring up RDR2 like in every single scenario possible. I don't know. Anyways, we're in. I'm in. Is the YouTube up? Wait, hold on. I gotta check. YouTube is live. Hell yeah. No, it's mostly a joke. But there is low-key kind of, you know, when you really think about it, what does GTA and GTA have from a gameplay standpoint besides blowing things up, driving around, and shooting? Now, you can boil a lot of video games to specific, you know, pinpoints like that. So you could say The Last of Us is just shooting things and then doing little mini games that aren't exactly fun, like picking up a ladder and then putting it up against a wall. Or picking up a wooden board. Yeah, I think RDR2 probably has a little bit more stuff, I feel like, from what I saw. To an extent. I'm fasting today, but I want food. I think if I were to fast, I think I would die. Just because of how skinny I am. I've got no fat for my body to, like, utilize. I just disintegrate. Like Spider-Man in the Avengers. Spoilers. So I need to fix this. I also want to fix the explosive barrels because they look kind of stupid in third person. And then this is like kind of just like a nice to have. Blow up door if hit by an explosive. Yeah, look at all these bug fixes. I don't know if we're going to include all of these bug fixes in the patch notes. I feel like I just don't give that much of a shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'll just put the nice new features and whatnot and then kind of go from there. Me when I spoil a movie from 7-8 years ago almost. Is that actually from 7 years ago? There's no way it's that old now. Dude, why is time passing so quick? Someone slow it down. Can someone tell, like, Earth to stop spinning a little bit, you know? Slow it down a little bit. Tell the Earth to like slow down a little, okay? You could do that by waking up earlier. I woke up earlier because I had a nightmare that I couldn't go up a staircase. It was like scary to go up a staircase. I got lost in like a parking lot. And then I couldn't go up as... You guys ever have those dreams where you like can't go up a staircase? It becomes like the hardest thing ever. Y'all ever had that before? You like start crawling on the staircase. You're like, ah! Ah! You get like vertigo and shit. No? Am I weird? Am I weird? He's lost it. It's because you didn't do an... Don't do it. Don't do it. Do not. I'm doing these push-ups, and then I'm going to take a piss. This is what you asked for. Okay, I did 5 push-ups. Now goodbye. Hey. Good, Babu. I had one where stairs got bigger as I tried to climb them. You think that's like symbolism for something? Some people always say that dreams are usually signs of things. Do you think they're actually signs of things? What would be my sign if my nightmare is me struggling to get up to on a staircase and I've got vertigo? What's the dealio there? What's that supposed to mean? Okay, so let's, I guess, work on a few of these things. Different explosion barrel effect when in third person. Blow up door if hit by explosive. I had a dream where I jumped off a curb and did a roll once I landed. Does that mean something? You've been playing too many video games. You've been playing too many video games. That's what that means. Yeah, different explosion effect when in third person. Okay, so The explosion effect currently in third person looks like ass because it's supposed to look a lot better in top down. So here's what it looks like in top down. It looks fine, but in third person, it looks a little goofy because it's a 2D like effect when it explodes. And yeah, it's not very good looking. Wait, did I change the... I think I did. I changed the default rather than editing it. I'm a bit stupid. I'm a little bit dumb. I will admit I'm a little stupid. I'm a not very smart. Let's see. Are any of these depth sorted? Actually, I want to see something real quick. I think this is a... I think this is supposed to be rotated. What is this supposed to be? 90, I think? Yeah. I think this is supposed to be 90. Okay, so let's see. Can I use a different effect? Like concrete, for example, and will it look better in third person? It looks a little weird. Looks a little weird. That looks kind of cool. You know, that looks kind of cool. I don't know if it still has the effect. Guess I'll fall off then. I don't know if it still has the effect of like going through the walls. It does. I should probably put that on a different material, huh? What did I change? Gotta be awe. Looks like it's overlaying everything? Yes, because it is. Okay, so it's this material. Fireball. It has no depth testing because I turned it off because it looked really weird in top down. But that being said, I want to try to disable it and see what it looks like. Maybe it looks fine now, especially now that we changed rotation. Maybe. Yeah, see, like the grenade kind of clips the ground, and I think that was my problem in top down, is that clipping looks really bad, man. The clipping. But you know what? Maybe I just shouldn't care. Maybe we just don't care. Maybe we don't care. Let's try grenade explosion metal, because this is technically metal exploding. I kind of like that one. Let's just maybe increase the scale of it. That changed nothing. That changed a whole lot of nothing. Let's try increasing the scale of it a bit more. It's doing a lot. And by a lot, I mean it's doing nothing. Whatever. Fuck it, man. Whatever. Actually, I want the fireball to be a little bit larger. Like, just like a tad. Like, you know, just a little. Fire to smoke. I would assume it's this one. Go to blazing. After many years watching your content, toying with the idea of dabbling in Unreal Engine in my free time, I've finally started toying around it. However, I do have a question. Did you give up gaming as a hobby to pursue this passion of game development? If so, to what extent do you still game? I still do game. I definitely didn't give it up. I definitely don't play it as much as I used to, but I don't think that's inherently because of game development. I think that's because, I don't know, I got older. I feel like I have more responsibilities and things that I should be doing. But I definitely do from time to time still game. Like, I'll play Marvel Rivals and stuff like that, you know? So, I forgot. What is the distance of this? Okay. You know what? Delete this. But, the next question is, blow up door when hit by explosive. Huh? Huh? Hold on. The entire door seemingly has been... When this particle effect needs to load, it like takes a while to load for some reason. So I'm thinking if the door is hit by an explosive, I think the entire door should just break off. Like the entire door should just explode. Okay. Damage actor load game from slot checkpoint more than or equal to check to break the door. If the door type is equal to wood and it's breakable. Have I made a new trailer yet? I've been slacking off on that, I'm going to be honest. There's a lot of responsibilities I need to do besides just working on the game that I have not been doing. I've definitely got to step it up. If you shoot a hole in the door, is it possible for AI to throw a grenade through the hole? That's a good question. I think so. I'm pretty sure the different door breaks are just completely different meshes. And I think they have different collisions. So in theory... Oh, never mind. I'm just kidding. No, they would not be able to throw a grenade through the door. However, that would be nice if they could. But I don't think they would. Maybe they would. I mean, mechanically, they won't like intentionally throw it through the door. I think it would just be like a case of if they see the player through the door somehow, then they'll do it, but it's not like built into their system that they'll do it. Like do like an underhand lob through the door or something. They won't do stuff like that. You're golden. So we check if it's breakable, if it's true. Then we go through here. Okay, let's move this somewhere else. Oh my goodness. What is all of this? uh, damage source is equal to... Now, don't ask me why I used text rather than a name for this. Don't ask me why, okay? It's... I'm learning, okay? I'm figuring all this out. Okay, I'm figuring all this out. I'm gonna put a reroute here, and then I'm gonna collapse it, and then do door explode break. Yeah, it would be cool, y'all. I don't know how I could go about doing it. I think it would be one of those situations of easier said than done kind of thing. Has your game made a sutillion dollars yet? No. AI is making 2D simple games. It's a concerning thing for game devs. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried. I think ultimately, if AI does actually take over game development, that means it's probably taken over a lot of other things. And I think that would probably just be the beginning of the end, probably, for us as a society. It means all creative expression has died. And at that point, I would say expression as a whole would be dead. Good bright side. But yeah, I'm not worried about AI. I'm not worried about it. Let me see here. Let me take a look at the physics prop. We have a system in here for the thing entirely just breaking. Like construction going on or something. So the destroy particle system is wood shatter. Wood shatter. Mesh to use. Going to be get static mesh. Bada bing. Destroy sound is wooden door break. Just kind of funny because this is in the door, so it's kind of weird that we don't have that yet, but okay. So if explodes, the entire door explodes and disappears. Just kind of disappears. Don't know how I feel about the door just kind of disappearing. Okay. There's no point to playing a game made by AI. Um, listen, guys, I'm gonna be honest. I just really don't care about the AI subject, to be honest. Call it ignorance, call it whatever you want to call it. It's just kind of like a tiring subject. Made by AI or made involving AI? I would assume a lot of it made by AI, like majority. Like those things that are like, dude, look, this creates an entire environment and whatever. I think involving AI is probably okay, depending on how it's used. But I'm going to be honest, like when something's made by AI, I feel like people are slowly gonna figure out, oh hey, this is actually just like really lifeless. Yeah, like involving with gameplay and shit. Yeah. AI relies on other people's work to function. So if legally we could tackle that, it'd be fantastic. Yeah, surely the government will know how to handle that, right, guys? Surely they'll figure that one out, right, guys? Surely it won't be lobbied or anything. Surely, right? Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm working on a game project that involves AI. My coworkers at my contract work use AI and they talk about it. Personally, I don't use it and I don't want to use it. And it looks kind of no comment. Never mind, no comment. I just don't really I don't care for it. Surely the government will be on the side of the artists. I don't think it's necessarily being about the side of the artists. I don't think it's necessarily about that. I think it's about precedent. If we are completely lackluster about people using copyrighted content to this extent, how far out, how much further will it go? You know what I mean? Like, if we don't create precedent here, then what's to say it could just get worse with other situations? It just doesn't really make sense. Anyways, who cares? I don't really care. I don't really care. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'm not naive enough to assume my government would side with artists purely out of the kindness of their heart, but at the same time, I have heard of these CEOs being grilled by committees about these subjects. I think the CEOs that are behind these things are jackasses. Like, if you look at some of the shit they say, they feel like someone who tried to draw something, couldn't draw it, felt fucking like the entire narrative about AI is, hey, can't draw this thing? Skill issue? Well, guess what? Now you can do it. It's like trying to be like, you can do everything. uh Let's copy this real quick. Pick up a pencil, bucko. It's time to pick up a pencil. That's legit. Every single time I see a post about fucking AI. And it's not because I'm seeing the post about AI. It's because I'm seeing a post that's trying to roast the person that's making a post about AI. It's like, great. Keep adding to the fucking conversation. Like, great. Where am I looking? I don't remember what I was saying. I don't even know what I was saying. Art became accessible. Yeah, it's just such a funny narrative. Guys, now we can all do art. We can all do it. Oh, it's because I didn't set the constraint mode. Is that what it is? I think that's what it is. Also, by the way, 5,000 might be a bit too much. Where did the door go? Where has it gone? It fell through the world. That's what. I see. Ah, I see. That was probably the static block that I saw. Let's also go ahead and set the actor set lifespan to like 4 seconds. Because ideally the idea is that we broke the door entirely. Like, I don't know if that'll look good if we just delete the door. Let's see if this looks kind of stupid. It might. It might look extremely stupid, but let's see. Well, looks kind of dumb. I also think the door does not have CPU access, which means this system is not spawning correctly on the mesh. Kind of sucks balls. So we can potentially fix that. I don't know how expensive this does. We'll keep geometry data CPU accessible in cooked builds rather than uploading to GPU memory and releasing it from CPU memory. Okay. I wonder how much that impacts things. Krim is the horse breeder complaining about the invention of the car. I really love when people try to compare the invention of the internet and vehicles, or cars specifically, and how we were always against that up until it like evolved. And everyone loves to like compare that to AI and nitpick a specific situation of advancement in technology, with AI. I love when those comparisons are always used. I love that. Have you watched any Rick and Morty lately? No, I'm over the age of 14, so I don't really watch Rick and Morty. How's finishing the game going? It's getting there. It's getting there. What about Family Guy? Nah, I don't watch Family Guy either. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really watch those shows anymore. Like the highest extent of nighttime cartoon comedy or whatever you would call it is probably just The Simpsons. That was probably the only extent of me watching those kinds of shows, to be honest. But even today, I can't like watch Simpsons. I even tried. I think it was on. Is it on Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever? I tried watching a little bit of Simpsons, and I'm like, it just doesn't hit the same, dude. There's something more interesting about like turning on the TV and randomly you get to the channel or the fucking thing like 303 and it's like The Simpsons. You know what I mean? There was something different about that. Now just like watching it on demand, it's like I can't really watch this. I'm gonna be honest. They ran out of human-generated text/art. There's so much AI-generated content on the web with no way to filter. Scraping the web just poisons the data. They also poisoned the internet, so good job. Literally trying to search up anything is actually the worst. Like AI, the whole AI thing really did. It really like put into context the dead internet theory. Like it really fucking put it all into play. Yeah, Abu, I currently live in Canada. When did I start learning game dev and why? Like 10 years ago? Something like that? Why? I don't know. I guess I hate myself. I don't know. I just like games, and I think that was always something I wanted to do. I think that was always kind of something I wanted to do. So we need to do CPU access on all of these as well, otherwise the doors aren't going to break. Here's the problem I have with this effect that we're currently using. It on certain PCs will crash the game. I've seen some people say that it freezes their game and stuff like that, which is not great. It looks kind of stupid. It looks a little dumb, I will say. No! It just disappearing into a puff of smoke. Just doesn't look very good. What would cause it to crash the CPU? I think it's just the way this effect is generated. I think I'm just going to give it a lifespan of like 3 seconds. Like, if it... Learning game dev from 10 years ago is much harder than now. Like, learning Unreal Engine 10 years ago was probably a little bit more challenging. But I don't know if it's easier now. I don't know if I would say it's easier now. I think maybe it's more accessible to an extent. But you still have so many things you need to learn if you want to make an entire game yourself. For particle effects, would it be better to pre-pool a few of them and then just move them around during instead of spawning new ones each time the event triggers, or is there no performance loss either way? I would only say you would want to pool them, Barrabutus. I think if you have like a lot of them playing at once, but we don't have like a lot of them playing at once. Make it fade away instead of immediately disappearing. I was thinking about that. Or alternatively, let's see here, delay. Do all of this good stuff. Set it so it doesn't collide with the player. Whoops. God, it kind of looks weird that we explode it, but the door is like almost like perfectly fine. You know what I mean? Like we could try setting it to the highest damaged version, but I almost think we need like a different door that's like even more damaged. Like we need a broken 4 that's like super broken. You know, like just an entire chunk taken out of it. If you could give the door, but I imagine that would be a lot of extra work. That's kind of what I'm trying to do with these wooden shatter pieces, but they're not really like doing the best job of really generating that effect. Enable chaos. I don't have chaos in 4.26. At least it breaks off when... Let me, I want to check something. Let's put him like right here. And then let me set my checkpoint so then they don't despawn. Oh, okay, good. He does get hit by the door. Just not very strong. Let's change that. Let's change that. I was really hoping that it would hit him a lot harder, but it doesn't. Like almost like killing him. But it would appear it does not. Okay, so now let's test it when the explosion like the thing is, this is something that won't happen often, and there's not really any spots in the game where this is like planned. It'll just kind of happen. I actually don't even know where the door went. Just flew away. Let's reduce the impulse. I don't think this is necessarily going to kill any enemies. I think that's fine. Yeah. Like, obviously there's a lot more learning material available now. But I think even with the accessibility to new learning material and whatnot, I still think game development is just like... It's a difficult business to get into. That's what I'll say, right? Like, I think as a hobby, I think it's easier to get into now. But I think as a business, it is still very difficult as it was probably like 10 years ago. If not harder. You could say that getting into game development as a business now, as a job, is probably harder now than it was 10 years ago. It's more accessible to create games, don't get me wrong. I tried starting my first tutorial this morning and ran into an issue where the plugin they use in the tutorial is now $100. I always state what plugins and shit I use in a tutorial, like right in the beginning. Or even in the thumbnail. And then people still miss it. Just like how in my game asset workflow video, I literally state at the beginning that it's not a beginner tutorial, and then a lot of people are like, why did you skip over these parts? It's like, well, motherfucker, because I don't want the video to be 3 hours long. The fact that it's already 35 minutes long is already long enough, and I kind of go through some like basic shit that nobody really would care about, I feel like. You know what? We're gonna do this live. I'm gonna edit I'm gonna edit the description. Angled brackets aren't allowed? What the fuck? But everything else is allowed? There. Now no one can fucking say some stupid shit. I blame you for misleading me and not holding my hand through my game development. Yeah, the video is mostly like, hey, if you already kind of know some modeling tricks, here's some more stuff. Like, thinking people are going to check the description. I don't give a shit anymore at this point. At this point, I'm about to start replying skill issue to some of these fucking comments. I'm gonna start replying skill issue. Like, bro, there's like 5 million beginner tutorials for Blender on YouTube. Go fucking watch those. I'm not making another, yet another fucking beginner tutorial. There's already like 5 million of them. Okay, just go watch those. Fuck off for a bit and then come back. You know what I mean? Go make a donut. No. It's funny. In that video, I literally say, don't make a donut. That's not going to teach you anything. I stand by that statement, by the way. 95% of people that tell me, yeah, I did the Blender tutorial, I did the donut tutorial, but like I can't figure anything out. Yeah, motherfucker, it's because you literally followed that tutorial one-to-one and learned nothing because it doesn't really teach you anything. You maybe might learn navigating like the camera in Blender, but that's about it. That tutorial doesn't really teach you much. I actually think, based on what I saw, I feel like his Anvil tutorial is probably a little bit more informative than the donut. I think his Anvil tutorial is probably a little bit more informative. Maybe. Did I play Alien Shooter? I don't know. I don't think so. Alien Shooter? What's it called? Because there's a bunch of Alien games. To learn Blender, I wanted to make a desk and I just started learning the buttons when I got stuck. I looked up some shit, then I had my desk. Listen, there's some motherfuckers that literally just want a shortcut. What's the shortcut? Like, make desk. They're the ones that want AI. I think my tutorials are a lot more helpful for people that have gotten past the beginning stages of getting through just the very beginnings of the tutorial stage of Blender, and they just kind of want to learn actual like workflow tricks. And I will stand by that, and I will continue making tutorials for that kind of stuff because I think that stuff is way more important than yet another. All right, guys, so The E button is to extrude, and it makes... Like, bro, there's 5 million of those. Just go watch one of those. I'm not making one of... I'm not making the beginner tutorial. Continue making tutorials. Well, I do have that second channel for where I do want to make some like tutorials and stuff like that. But at the same time, I don't know, man. I don't know how the educational space I just don't think is for me, because I think as I get older, I get way more impatient. And as I get more impatient, I think the patience that's needed for teaching, I feel like I'm losing that. This tutorial's going too fast. Like, bitch, pause the video, motherfucker. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna sound like a dick. All right? I'm gonna say something. Y'all ready? All right, you can take off your headphones if you want to. Some people are just made to be stupid and not learn things. All right, I'm just... No, I'm just kidding. I think there's just some tutorials that are made for... I think people just need to figure out what is their like best way of learning something and try to stick with that. You know, if they learn best by watching a video and then trying it out, okay. If they learn best by reading things, do that. You know what I mean? I think you just got to find the way that works for you. If you need a tutor next to you to kind of help you through it. However, I will say this, and I do stand by this. I think there are certain people that want to try to learn a skill and they want to make something, but they actually don't want to learn the skill. They just want to make something with it. Like, they just want the final product, right? If that makes sense. Like making video games, making models in Blender, you know what I mean? They don't actually want to learn the skill. They just want to learn. They just want to make thing, right? I also hate people asking how to learn stuff, especially game devs, Blender, etc. It's okay. I'm okay with a question, obviously, because I'm a streamer, and you kind of have to be okay with that. But yeah, I always just say, just download the engine, get in there, and just fuck around with it. I think there's a lot of people who just like the idea of doing something rather than the actual doing. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm so frustrated by the pace of my learning. I'm finally getting over my coding coursework, aced my Python and Java final exams, and submitted my project yesterday. I think the thing about school is it expects a specific timeline for learning things, and I'm kind of slow and need to take my time to learn certain things. And school systems don't really... They kind of expect... There's a level of stress to it that I think with added on stress makes learning that much harder, which was already hard enough. I hate school, for me personally. It's just not my... It's not my ballpark. Gen Alpha, make the video 10x faster. Learns nothing. Damn, that was a great video. I got so much dopamine. Anyways, let me go watch these TikToks of people cutting soap and shit. Where the hell am I? What am I doing? What are we working on? Oh, here. Blow up door if hit by explosive. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, we also needed to test a level because apparently it's too difficult, and I probably haven't tested it in a while, so I want to take a look at it real quick. The timer for it is too challenging. Oh wait, it's 38 seconds. It's not 30 seconds, so I did raise this. Let's try it. Can I beat the level in 38 seconds? I supposedly beat it in 2. Some might say I'm a bit of a cheater. How did I miss? And I missed my my combo. Damn. And we have no ammo boxes in here. There goes that door. And it hit a target. Okay, looking good. Fuck. So the platinum time is 38 seconds. It's not 30 seconds. Like, I guess I could just make it 40 seconds. And then that's fine. And then we'll just do that. There we go. There. Just, you know, just to not piss off anybody. Now, what is concerning is, are there any ammo boxes in that level? Did I forget to put ammo boxes in that level? No, there's ammo boxes. I think it's because I was playing a harder difficulty that there was no ammo boxes. There we go. I was watching Sequisha play Deadlock. Kind of made me want to play Deadlock again. Made me want to play it again. Been a while since I've seen you do a push-up now, Krim? Motherfucker, I did it earlier. Mind's Eye got a new trailer and that game seems so unfinished. We watched it at the beginning of the stream. It's getting kind of hard to see. Is that top left window a project management tool? Kind of, not really. Yeah, Mind's Eye looks really not good. As I worded it while we were watching it, it looks like Saints Row trying to take itself seriously. That's what it kind of looks like. But at least Saints Row was actually kind of fun. Infinite entertainment is the wording they specifically used. Very, very specific wording. And infinite entertainment. It's a good word, infinite entertainment, huh? We do need to play through some of the levels. We need to get an overall overview of what things need to be improved for third person. We still have a lot of levels we need to test. Art Exhibit needs a lot of work. Art Exhibit needs a lot of work. But yeah. How's today's stream going? A lot of yapping. I'm sure many would agree. We've been yapping. Yeah, a lot of yapping. A lot of yapping. I'll admit. Ocean Drive. Let's take a look at Ocean Drive. Okay, so the problem with this level in third person is that there is no depth. So let's write that down. Is this my personal project? I don't know how I would... I guess? That tree has an insane draw distance. Can you fall off the map now? No, I think there's invisible boxes here. It's just that it looks kind of stupid. That's the only problem. Okay. Do you guys see that? My God, do you see that on stream? Do you guys see that? The singular frame of the occlusion loading in. Remove occluder on cloth entrance. I think this is one of those situations we should just remove that just because of how huge of a problem that is. Also, might be a good idea on the cloth. We can make it masked. Actually, that might be another thing. There you go. How long have I been working on this project? 4 years. Too long. 4 years. So the entrance of this looks good. Light map is a little weak on that wall. Yeah, all of this cloth, I think we could have a masking material on it. Like, I wonder, is that entire area behind there actually loaded? I think so. I don't know what the AI is doing, but they're doing nothing. They're doing a whole lot of nothing. I feel like I still need to make the game a little bit harder. Like a little bit more challenging. This area looks good. I don't think it looks bad. I think maybe the ceiling, we could give it a different material. What is the ceiling? I think I crashed the... Did I crash the game by ejecting? The engine definitely did not like me doing that. Chat? Help! Yeah, I went kaput. Sifu's full of these occlusion errors. It's really it is a very much like an ugly thing when it happens. This is the music for my game? No. This is just Volker X. Great music, great musician, artist. Yeah, I think the game just like fully crashed. Like my computer's loading something. I can hear it. It's going into overdrive. I think it did crash. All right. Well. What condition does AI run away from the player? I think that's them trying to navigate to a specific point nearby the player. They're like doing a group up operation but the group up operation kind of results in weird moments where they kind of run away or something. Not that I'm intending for them to run away, but it just kind of occurs. Okay, so I think we're literally, oh no, we're not. We're not at the beginning. So what I wanted to do is eject. Oh, the ceiling is just a basic wall material. I think we can give it a proper, give ceiling a proper material. Right now it's just basic wall, which I think is just a solid color. I also think we could maybe change the mesh because it is two-sided and we lose a lot of light map density from doing that. I think this was meant to be just like a light blocker to block the moonlight from coming in, so I think we can make some adjustments there. What else can we adjust in here to make the level look a little nicer in third person? I honestly think it doesn't look bad. It helps that it's interior. Interiors are a lot easier because it's just a box. It's an encompassed box. This area looks nice. The only problem is it's lacking a lot of contrast. I think that's one of the problems with third person is because we don't really take into account the ceiling in top down. We just look at it like this. The ceiling kind of adds too much light to this area. I think what we could do is maybe the ceiling in here could be darker, and that might darken it and kind of give a bit more contrast in this room. Oh, whoops. I forgot that we restarted the game engine. I really hate the direction that the bullet goes when you're shooting through glass. I might fix that. I think I know a fix there. I think I know a fix there. Maybe. Maybe. I want to fix that really quickly because it really just is, it bugs me so much every time it happens. Add caustics above. I could add caustics above now. It would make sense. Add caustics. Fake caustics on ceiling as well. Let's do darker ceiling material for bathhouse. Let's do a darker material for there as well. So, shooting. In third person, we use a multi-line trace on everything. But do we... Oh, shit. Is there anything that we do in here to test if we should even set that to the fire rotation? God, I hate how the glass messes with the stuff. I'm not sure what I could change about them though. Shit. Glass destructible. So the mesh is set to a destructible. We don't trace for destructible, but we do trace for world static, world dynamic, enemy, physics, prop, and vehicle. I know this is kind of going on a tangent, but I do think this is a good thing to fix. See, like, so the problem I have is that instead of it aiming, because it aims from our muzzle to the hit spot, it ends up shooting in like a really random direction. I think we should ignore glass whenever it hits glass. What kind of actor tags did we give this? Glass. Okay. It gets the last index. Or it gets... Wait. How the fuck? How does this work? Wait. Ah. Wait. What the hell is going on in here? Fire hit result, set fire hit result. Fire hit result, impact point. Man, what the hell? What did I do in here? This we don't care about. For some reason, this gets the last index? Huh. We check if this is a valid index. What if we check that this... We get the first hit? I really dislike this, but whatever. We break it. And we check if it has a tag. Glass. It's getting the last index. So I want to try to do this. And let's see if that does something. I don't know if it will. It might break a lot of things. We'll find out. Maybe I need to check that it does not have glass tag. I don't know what this system is doing. I'm gonna be honest. Like, there's a lot of weird shit going on in here. I don't know what it's doing. See what I mean? Like, I really hate how it does that. So this doesn't change what I want. If this is true, we get the end of the trace. See, here it's doing an and process for everything. What if we do this instead? Let's do an or. Or it has glass, or the first hit is glass. Not sure if that'll work well, but let's see. Maybe it's not a not, maybe it is. Because I'm looking at this true, and it's getting the last trace, which is weird. Very weird. This music gives me old school Goosebumps feeling. I can see in the TV show. It does definitely have a very retro feel to it, which is great. I like it. There we go. Now we're shooting through the glass properly, where we want to shoot. So if I want to aim at this glass and shoot the other glass behind it, it's gonna, for the most part, properly aim it. I actually don't know why it's hitting. I know why. It's getting the very last index, and that trace goes really far, which is not very helpful for us, and we end up in kind of an inconsistent hit. So what I'd like to test then with that now is let's play that level from the beginning. And I want to see if hitting enemies works fine through glass. It's my next concern from this issue. I did that on accident. Game dev course sellers release a game. Wait, hold on. What does this say? It's a Reddit post. YouTubers released a Steam game in 5 days. The game sits... In 5 days, the game sits at 1 review, and Gamealytics estimates 3 copies sold. This would be perfectly fine. Everyone can fail if they didn't sell a €700 course with the tagline, "Turn your passion into profit," that claims to teach you how to make and sell video games. I'm posting for all the newcomers and hobbyists that may fall for these game dev gurus. Be smart with your finances. 2,000 upvotes. All things advertised is whatever profit, or basically the equivalent of those ads telling you how to make money by posting ads for people to make money using by using this one secret, which is to post ads for people to make money using this one secret. You know, there's another YouTuber that did the exact same thing. However, I will say that they have at least a little bit more of like a background when it comes to releasing games and some successful games and whatnot, but I still think anytime a course tells you this, we're going to teach you how to be super successful, how to make millions of dollars, but anytime there's a course that tells me that, huge red flag. Read the comments, especially the very long one. Which one? I see a lot of one. Which one? I've worked with Blackthorn Prod before on one of their ex-devs makes videos. I was shocked at how messy they are. They send a message asking if you're up for it. If you say yes, they immediately send a drive link and disappear. There's no rules, no outlines, no limits. They left me with the project for a week and there was very little context. And then at the end, they just ask for it back and also want a mini devlog of the whole thing. In total, maybe 5 messages. And at the end, they wanted the devs to do a play/react. Gave me 2 hours on a weekend to reply and join. And then called it off because they wanted to upload and move on to the next video. They're clearly hyper-focused on mass-producing content rather than making the best videos. Overall, I was just surprised that they're so crazy popular, but just milking every and any dev on YouTube to fill their own channel. They don't even edit the videos. They make you do it, which is the most time-consuming part of YouTube. Also, warning to any other social media devs in the future. Sure, it's fun, but it brought next to zero traffic to my channel. And it's pretty popular on my episode. So there's no real payoff if it's not a cash prize edition. They messaged me at 10K views on my first video. They're really easy to get onto. Lastly, I'm not a big fan of how all the women devs who go on their videos get harassed and they don't bother to delete the comments. There's literally zero reason besides laziness and selfishness to not do that for someone who's making you free content. I wonder if they sent me a message. Let me check my email. They probably did at some point. And I said no. Jevin, thank you for the raid. How's it going? No, I don't think they sent me a message. Maybe they did. Maybe I just deleted it. But I've had YouTubers ask me to join in a collab or at like a game jam and stuff like that. Man, I don't really care for it at all, to be honest with you. I don't really care for it, like, at all. Boom, 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 boom. Managed to get healing helper functions to apply healing and heal over time to targets. Oh shit. Hell yeah. Good stuff, man. How did you do the healing over time? Like a timer? Anyways, this Reddit post is pretty funny. It's pretty funny, dude. Pretty funny. The periodic gameplay effect with gas. Nice. Okay, so you are using gas. Hot damn. What was I trying to test? Right, the glass. Making sure the glass still hits enemies. I think it might be missing a little bit. I might have to test it in the dev level, because I don't think this is the best environment for me to test this, especially with all these blocking fucking curtains. Oh yeah, I think I hit that, I'm gonna be honest. I definitely hit that. Yeah, I definitely hit that. Okay, we're gonna have to do this a different way. What's their game that they released? Did they like advertise it on their YouTube channel? Like, let's see here. I'm gonna be honest. I never cared for that channel. I never cared for it. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I never really cared for it. There's a lot of game dev channels that I think I just don't really. I think I'm out of it, to be honest. I think I'm out of the game. Like, I'm out of the whole. Let's see if I search up their channel. So they just released the game. Wait, don't they have a video with this? Wait, I thought I just saw. Wait. Oh, it's because they did make a devlog about their game. I don't know, who cares? Yeah, I guess when you start doing courses and YouTube stuff like that, and then promising specific specific results. Wait, hold on. So okay. Hear me out. I'm gonna be the what's that thing called where you're like the person that's like devil's advocate. Okay, so the Reddit post says that they've sold like no copies. The thing is they released the game on Steam on the 22nd, and just yesterday they actually released a video like marketing the game. So I'll be the devil's advocate and say that, like, yeah, I don't agree with you know, I don't agree with like a course saying that they are gonna make you profitable or whatever the fuck. I hate that shit. I think that shit's awful. I hate that. I think the thing that's stupid is why didn't they prepare that video before releasing the game? Does the course actually say that? Apparently, turn your passion into profit. Let's see. Let's look at it ourselves. I'm going to assume that it's the school website. The school link, which I can't fucking click on. It has one member. It's apparently archived. Wait, I don't get it. What? Which course is it? Which course is it? Is it this one? Game Dev Rocket? Oh, here it is. I think it's this one. Become a game dev pro. Discover our secret roadmap to turn your passion into profit. Sell your first game in months. Clear roadmap to success. Turn game dev into a career. Wow, they really threw Danny in here, huh? I'm going to be honest. I have a strong feeling, well, for one, I don't think Bargy, Polymars, or Danny took their... I don't think any of them took this course. I don't think any of them took this course. I think they're just using their YouTube comments and then slapping a star on it, which I think is extremely disingenuous. But I could be wrong. Damn, I really love how they're like showing off people's emails publicly on their website. they're, they're really. Didn't they ask silly money for taking the course? Let's see. How much does it cost? Access the Game Dev Rocket podcast. So it costs. I don't get it. What's the cross line? What does the crossed out line mean? What is the crossed out line? Oh, now it's only $700 USD. Wait, this course isn't even available yet? When will this course come out? The 12th of July. But is that 12th of July in like 2024 or is that like 2025, 12th of July? It was a Udemy. I first got in game dev by watching a course. Funnily enough, it was a Udemy course on Udemy. I think that's fine. I think when something promises that they're gonna make you successful or turn this thing into a career, I fucking hate any instructor that says that shit. I think it's completely disingenuous. I think it is bait. Wow. I hate game dev YouTube. I think I'm coming to guys. I think I've come to the conclusion. I think I just hate game dev YouTube now. I think I just hate all of it. Like, wow. Am I an asshole? Am I just getting old? Like, and I'm just becoming grumpy? But wow. Also, I hate, like, this is like grade A, like, marketing shit where they're like, it's not $2,000. It's not this much. No. It's actually $700. You're getting all of this plus more. The guy that made Choo Choo Charles actually has a pretty good second channel. I like some of his content, the Choo Choo Charles guy. I think a lot of it can be extremely subjective. And that being said, I think he does agree with that. I think he probably states that a lot of it does kind of come down to subjective. And he's like, looking at these stats and like these blah, blah, you know what I mean? I'm curious to see how his second game does. Without knowing the quality of the course, it's hard to say. If I were to compare this to a college or university on low end cost, don't get me wrong. I don't think this is that expensive. But yeah, that being said, it really depends on what's in the course. I don't know though. There's a lot of just YouTubers in this. There's an online multiplayer expert, 3D art and animation specialist, and then a pixel art pro, and then Miz, who makes horror games. He admits in his second channel that his first channel is very much just for marketing and a lot of stuff exaggerated and simplified. I think anybody can understand that. That's obviously what it's for. You know, everything is definitely simplified for a more general audience. Yeah, I'm sure that maybe the course is good. I hate the marketing side of it. I hate the misinformation marketing side of it. Become a game dev pro. Yeah, I don't like that. Together, let's unlock your true potential. Create your first game in 2 hours. Getting familiar with the... Follow up by making your own city builder. Learn how to create a shop system, implement sound effects, and work with UI. Create 3D games. Create your first 3D game. Fast-paced, endless runner. Learn to store high scores. Build even more momentum and add a stunning top-down shooter to your portfolio. We'll design intelligent AI, study animation, code a powerful enemy spawning system, and more. Intelligent artificial intelligence. They're gonna like run at you. And then it's intelligent. Yeah, they run at you. Pathfinding. And then like if they run into you, you get hit. And then like that shit's intelligent, man. Fucking crazy. Take your skills to the next level. Build a haunting side-scrolling adventure, complete with an epic boss battle. I don't know. Am I just I think I'm an asshole. I become a 3D modeler. Become an animator. So let me hold on. Wait, I'm confused. Take things even further with 30 plus hours of game dev art content. Oh, it's multiple courses in one? I don't get it. So the game art course would have cost $1,300. The multiplayer course would have cost $1,000. The horror course would have cost $700. This one, for some reason, is not crossed off for the podcast. The full program would have been $5,600, but now it's only $700. You would be an asshole if you were shilling this? Oh, God. Oh, man. Maybe you should enroll so you can fix your super higher AI. Yeah, maybe they would help me fix my AI problem. They could. You get a money-back guarantee of 7 days with a lifetime access. But the course isn't out yet. Why should I trust you? Let's see this. We put our student experience above all else and go above and beyond to provide exceptional value. Our courses and tutorials have helped thousands of students get into game development, launch their first commercial games, and build job-ready skills. You know, I'm going to say something. I am extremely proud of some of you in chat because within these past 10 years or whatever the fuck of watching the stream, some of you motherfuckers actually did get a job in AAA, and I think that's fucking sick. So if I ever make a course, I could say I got some motherfuckers in AAA. Yeah! And then I'll take one of their YouTube comments out of context and put it on my website, just like these motherfuckers did with Danny and various other... it just and then leak their emails. Yeah, I'll leak their emails too. God, I hate this. Ooh, it feels icky. I feel like I just walked outside in Florida and now I feel sticky and I need to take a shower. You guys know that feeling? You ever been in like a humid swamp type place? That's what it feels like. About $700 for a lifetime course. The thing is, I don't think that's that bad of a price. It's just, I think the marketing is shit and disingenuous. and someone else said the right wording. It's preying on people by trying to sell a dream. Exactly. Something like this is a steal compared to this. Boot.dev/pricing. Annual membership for $389 a month. But the thing is, I've actually never looked at this, so I don't really know if it's actually good or not. I think the thing is this has way more fucking stuff, even if it is just for a year. Yeah, boot.dev is probably way cheaper because, like, look at the amount of fucking things that you're probably learning. I would trust this over a YouTuber fucking thing, personally. I would trust this more, I think. Learn to code in Python, learn Git, learn object-oriented programming in Python. So they have a whole Python section, they have a whole Linux section. And they at least are showing a breakdown of all their courses. I'm sure if I clicked on one of these, let's see here. This is more, this isn't really game dev though. There's a lot more, like these are other subjects, I would say. So let's see, learn JavaScript. There's 25 hours of content. Yeah, I think I would trust this more over fucking a YouTuber's course, I think. Especially when hearing the stories of like other YouTubers having to deal with that YouTuber. Yeah. All right, guys. All right, guys. I am starting a Discord. Okay, I'm starting a Discord. It's $500 a month, and I will personally help you through the journey of learning game development. Every week, we could do a call. You can message me whenever you want to. $500 a month. There's only 10 slots. Get it fast. Small discount of 10% off if you purchase now. Only if you refer to us as guys and growls. So are you a growl? Which dollars? US. You want me to donate the $500 or do you also take Bitcoin? No Bitcoin, no crypto. In fact, you will get a receipt. You know what's also better? You could just DM me on Discord and I'll just help you a little bit if I got extra time. That's pretty easy. There you go, motherfucker. There you go. There you go. It's that fucking easy. Or you just watch the stream. It's that fucking easy. Oh, here's some water. You'd have some sort of credibility with a game on the market. I would not. Okay, I'll be real. I would not feel confident in helping other people to that degree from an educational standpoint until I've released at least like 3 games that are like semi-successful. Because I would feel so slimy and not confident to do any teaching. I don't. I got invited to like fucking... I got invited to do talks at schools. I just don't feel like I have the credibility to do that. I did one talk at like Berkeley and I felt weird. It just didn't feel right. I was like, I don't deserve to be teaching these fucking kids. It just feels weird. Never work for EA with that attitude. How did the school find you? I think they enjoyed it. I think. I hope they learned a few things. I'm not sure. Depends what you're selling, how to make games or how to sell games. I don't think I'd feel confident with the how to sell games. I could maybe teach how to make games, but I would not say how do you make a really successful game. Like I could just, yeah. Will you also play Fortnite with me when you have free time? Well, you are paying $500 if you want to spend an hour playing Fortnite. Sure, we can do that for our weekly calls. How did the school find you? I think they enjoyed it. I think you're just taking that way. You just got a dirty mind, man. I think they enjoyed it. I think they got something out of me being there talking about the side. I was there talking about how I as a programmer take any audio work from like Wise or Fmod and how I implement it into the projects and what I expect as a programmer from the audio team and how I assist the audio team. So it's kind of like giving them a little bit more context of like working in a team environment. That was mostly what I was talking about. I think they mean how did your school find you? Oh, it was one of my coworkers that's the teacher there. So they just invited me to teach their class for an hour or some shit. You know, do like a Q&A and whatnot. Oh, how did the school find you? Oh, sorry. How did the school find me? I thought you meant like what did they think of the sorry, my bad, guys. Maybe I do need more sleep. My coffee this morning was not very good, okay? Too much liquid went through it. It was kind of fucking bitter. It just didn't taste good. All right, I'm just saying. All right, I'm sorry. Okay? I'm still trying to nail down the grind size. It's a new kind of bean. It's kind of fucked. It fucked my morning, and I'm really sad. Okay, I'm sorry. Next time, it might be better. Or it might be worse. I'm not sure. Yeah. Also, I got another person who's actually here in Toronto who also invited me to teach their class, but I'd be too scared to do that. I think I would shit myself. I can't do that shit, man. I don't feel like I have the certification to do any of that. I just don't feel confident to do that. Hit up, Logan. Shitty day of mine. Hey, I hope it gets better, Logan. Hope it gets better. You know what you could do, Logan? Just whip out them claws, man. Sorry, I'm just kidding. It's a Wolverine joke. I find it terrifying, the thought of not knowing the answer to a Q&A question. Not really. I think it's just presenting in front of a class would just terrify me because I've just always been bad at presenting. I'm not bad at presenting, but I'm just kind of scared about it. If someone asks me a question that I don't know, I just tell them, yeah, I don't really know the answer to that question. I'll email you. You just say that you don't know it. You don't know. Yeah, I'll fax you. I'll send you an email. Yeah, that's literally it. You just say you don't know it. I think, in my opinion, I think it's more credible to tell someone you don't know the answer to something than telling them some random bullshit. Sign up for my course and you can learn there. It's $700. It's not out yet. It's coming out in July, by the way. Where the fuck I am? Oh yeah, I wanted to fix the glass. Let me put that on my list. I hate it when people make something up instead. Yeah, because in the case of like an educational space, by making up bullshit, you mislead the person that you're telling. And I think that's bullshit. And you see that everywhere on Reddit and the internet. Yeah. I would rather just tell someone I don't know than be like making up some shit that I don't know. That being said, everything I say is making shit up. That's part of my job. I just make shit up. Is the game done yet? Yeah, actually. Yes. As a matter of fact, it is. Now we're just doing some detail work. Hold on, let's just continue this level to see what kind of other problematic areas we want to fix in third person. I hit a button and all of them just went kaput. Excuse me? Oh, I love breaking glass in my game. It's my favorite thing I added. So in third person, this level looks okay. Why did I leave the line traces on? I feel like I'm playing fucking laser tag, man. This is stupid. You're out! Go back to base! You're out! I saw that tree pop in. Yeah, and? What about the tree? It birthed from nothing. Ah! Got my plugin rejected 2 times this month from Fab? Yeah, Fab doesn't fuck around with plugins, I feel like. But they do fuck around with literally everything else. Wait, does this level have the problem where nothing spawns? If I'm like looking... Yeah, that guy flew. If I'm like looking at the entire level? Oh shit, we can look through the ceiling. Surprisingly, yes. I've seen other people can steal, but my plugin gets rejected twice. Welcome to Epic Games. Enjoy your stay. Also, go fuck yourself. Yep, that's about right. You know what I've been wanting to play? I've been wanting to play Battlefront. Been wanting to get into Battlefront again. I was like about to reinstall it. It's just getting into the EA app fucking sucks. The originals or remakes? The remakes, the latest one. Let's see, is the ceiling? Yep. Sorry, I'm having trouble hitting anything. Kaboom! There goes your neck. Ooh, you like that hit shot? Which I don't know if it actually hit the guy, but I'm gonna assume it did. Laser tag. Is UE 4 or 5? Is it 4.26? Yeah. So this area surprisingly looks the best out of all of our areas. Like, this actually looks pretty good in third person. I don't have any complaints. Like, I think it is very much passable. Goodbye. Oh, that hit nobody? I suck. Can you shoot through this fence? You can. Okay, good. Good job past me. You did good. So many enemies. Yeah, there might be a little bit too many, eh? That guy broke the door, and then the door hit him from behind, and then he died. Welcome to Suit for Hire. Did Battlefront 2 fix the issue where hackers could... No, there are still hackers. There are still quite a few. I was watching a streamer play it. And a hacker can quite literally just, like, crash a server. And that guy had to basically... Someone from a mod called, like, Kyber gave him, like, access so that he doesn't have his entire day ruined by a fucking piece of shit hacker. Do I plan on increasing the price with 1.0? Probably not. I thought about it, but probably not. Is shooting with a penetrating thing hard to do because this fucking shit doesn't work properly? I think it does. It doesn't really work very well in third person, huh? Let me see here. So there it worked. Our aiming in third person is not very good. I do think that we need to fix that. I think we need to fix that. Where's the glass? I'm actually going to say these two are red. These are necessary to be done. Yeah. Kind of new here still. Any reason for sticking with 4.26 even though UE5 just feels like a fancy UI update? Enforced sloppy code for Nanite and Lumen along with small things like PCG and so forth. The game was in early access when UE5 came out, and I didn't want to risk upgrading the project to UE5 and then having a bunch of issues that I just didn't foresee that I couldn't fix, and also from compatibility standpoint. So it just kind of just made more sense to just stick it to UE4, and then for the next game I'll just switch over to UE5. I think UE5 has some really good features though, don't get me wrong. It has good stuff. It does. It has some really good stuff in it. You know what I mean? Especially UE 5.6. UE 5.6 has some good stuff too. Have I even dug into the source code of the engine? I have. I used the source version one time for this project, and that was a fucking pain in the ass. Never doing that again. But I do dig into the source code once in a while for some functions. What program am I using for the to-do list? It's called Notion. NOT-ION. 4.27 has almost all of UE5's features, but without Nanite and Lumen. I would disagree with that. I would very much disagree with that. Like, all of the features of 4.27 are in UE5, obviously, but I wouldn't say there is a lot of other things that are in UE5 that 4.27 does not have. I mean, low level down to the RHI and XWinMain? No, I don't read that stuff because I'm not that smart. I'm sure it's sloppy. It's corporation code. It's corpo code. Are animation for the textures moving text from one fixed position to the other? Which text, Harmless? You'd have to take a screenshot for me because I wouldn't know. The scores? Oh yeah, it's just an animated text. Give or take 10 years of coding may not be a crazy amount, but going through the engine source code, at least a good bit of it, has given me some sort of mental illness. I think the thing to remember about corporation code and code that's within a very enormous company, and then you're working with an engine that is ongoing, being used for a huge plethora of different types of projects and stuff. I can somewhat understand why things take so long and why some of the code is made in a certain way. Is to attempt to try to not break specific projects. I honestly think it's great that they're making it so you can upgrade your project from engine version to engine version, but I think that also makes them extremely careful to the point where they can't make they might not be able to make big changes confidently because they have to be so like every little line of code has to like be on the fucking edge, or else it breaks people's project. That's kind of how I feel about it. But I think, like, for us, from the outside, without being within the corporation or within the specific work scenario where the people making the code are being paid on a specific timeline and all this kind of stuff, I think obviously we can look at it and be like, this could be done better. But obviously everything can be done better. You know what I mean? I think all code can be done better. It's just how much time you got, you know, right? Like I think that could be said about literally probably everything. To be honest, all projects, not even just from a code standpoint, but from all standpoints. Kind of crazy. There was a lot of changes to blueprints, animation, UI, AI, level design. Yeah, there's so many new features in UE5. I would not say they're like. I would not say UE 4.27. Does UE 4.27 have PCG? Does it have... I'm thinking off the top of my head of certain features that I know in UE5. State tree, PCG, motion warping. It's got obviously the new... a bunch of new animation stuff and animation improvements and performance improvements. I think control rig is better in UE5, but obviously in 4.27, I think there is control rig, so I guess we can minus that one off, I guess, because it's technically already in UE 4.27. It's got world partition. We're going to remove that one. Nobody likes world partition. Or whatever the fuck it's called. A lot of people are seeing the new UI, common UI, to be an up, and I don't think 4.27 has common UI. It's also got chaos. Now, a lot of people have had issues with chaos, but it is in. Apparently, chaos cloth is a lot better as well in UE5. That's not something you have in 4.27. You have PhysX cloth or Apex, whatever you want to call it. And additionally, you have Apex destruction instead. What are some other things that I can think of off the top of my head? There's a lot. Oh yeah, enhanced input, I would say, is after working with it more, enhanced input, I would say, is actually pretty fucking cool, and it's pretty good, and a good improvement for the input system. Albeit it does make more steps just to get input in. It's not as beginner friendly because there's a few more things you have to do to get it set up, but I would say there's a lot of cool things in there that makes it better than you having to do everything like yourself. Enhanced input kind of resolves that for sure. Yeah, doing pretty good, Crazy. Hope you're doing well. How does the remappable inputs work? How do you do remapping? Because I am going to have to learn how to do that. Auto settings, I believe, hasn't been updated just yet for UE5, unless it has. I want to see, is there a... Is there a... I don't know if the auto settings page has a... Oh, 2.0 is currently being written. Oh, okay. 2.0 is the UE5 version that they're working on, I think. There we go. 2.0.0 beta. When was this? Oh, damn it. There's no date. Damn it. What's the fucking date? 2.0 does not support legacy input in Unreal. Right. I think the whole point is trying to get enhanced input to work on this stuff. Enhanced input user settings. Cool. Is Substrate a thing in 4? I don't think Substrate is a thing in 4, and if it is, it's probably just shit. I think UE5 has probably an improved version of Substrate. I'm going to be honest, I don't ever want to use Substrate. I think it just looks way more complicated than the current material setup, and honestly, I hope they make it so it's not like replacing the entire material system in later versions of UE5 or UE6 or whatever. I feel like Substrate should be like a node. Just how similar how they have like the thing, or maybe just like a checkbox in the material system or something. I don't really see myself using Substrate, to be honest. Yeah. Chaos doesn't have better performance than PhysX, but it runs better when you're doing very complex physics simulations. You can bake complex simulations into animations, though. Here's a good bundle for people that just want to save some time here that are just starting out. Which one is this? Oh, is this a new Humble bundle? I don't recognize this one. Did this one just start? I would assume it just started because it only has 5,000. Yo, this is a pretty banger pack, huh? I actually literally just bought one, like bought a pack yesterday. I bought, which one did I buy? I bought this one, the tools and brushes. Pretty good. Yeah, Humble bundles are if you're a dev and like you want to start racking up some assets, Humble bundles are definitely the way to go. Keep an eye on the Humble bundles because you get so much for like dirt fucking cheap. It is actually like crazy just how cheap it is versus the original prices. I think some of these I already have. This one actually, funny enough, I have on my wish list on Fab. So that's pretty cool. Does this give you a Fab redemption? Redeem it on the Epic Game Store, which I assume redeems it on Fab, if I remember correctly. I might actually, I might pick this one up. I think there's some assets in here that are on my wish list that I don't have yet. Some of them are on my list already, though. Do you think Humble Bundle assets could be used in a less popular engine like Flax too, or are they in an Unreal specific format? So they're in an Unreal specific format. Now the legalities, I would read into that yourself, like read the license And like if it's an Unreal, the thing is you can still export these assets outside of it and use them, right? You can export the FBXs and stuff like that. But I would read the license on a specific legal. Yeah, good link. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this open. Actually, I'm gonna probably pick this one up myself. I've been in my free time looking over Fab to see what kind of assets I want to pick up before the game releases. Yep. Wait, why is there a footstep sound in here? I think I accidentally left that there. How do you feel about asset flipping? Sorry for all these questions. No, don't worry about it, Logan. I think using assets is great. I think when the entire project... I draw the line when a project uses the demo map. That's primarily for demonstration. When they use the demo map for their game. And there are so many horror games that you can search up that literally just uses an entire demo house and they don't even change anything inside of it. The toilet is in the same spot. The fucking bathtub. That I think is like uninspired. Like at least do something with the asset. I think using assets is fine. My game uses a shit ton of assets. So yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty good Humble Bundle. Pretty cool one, man. Hell yeah. A lot of cool shit in there that I was actually looking at yesterday. So it's funny that it's now on now it's on the marketplace. I think there's a bunch of them here that I might already have. I'm going to look through it, and if I have any extra keys, I'll throw them in the Discord. So join the Discord. I'll throw a couple of these keys for some of these assets in the Discord. I'll just throw them in there. I just don't really care. I think the thing that's annoying about Fab or Epic Games is if you already have the asset and you try to redeem it, it'll let you redeem it and then it just eats the fucking key entirely. It doesn't tell you if it's already been redeemed or if you already have it. Classic Epic Games! Yahoo! Yahoo! I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. Hold on, I gotta go to the restroom too, so while I'm gone, here's some gameplay. I'll be right back. Hey! I saw a government-funded studio using UE assets and Lyra project templates. Tax money going to great places. Well, I would actually prefer them using an asset, especially if it's government funded, because then they save more time. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I've seen some government funded projects and studios where I'm like, how the fuck are these guys getting any money? It looks like daytime. It looks like plain daytime, like pessimism. Something occurred. There was a friend of a friend somewhere there, or something. Miles. Okay, what's next on our list? We do need to fix these twos up. I really don't like these issues because these will cause problems with some challenges and whatnot. So I can see players getting very upset at these. Let's go ahead and take those two tasks and we'll make a new list. So at least in club area and underground. How finished is the game? We're looking at like 95% finished. Maybe 95.5. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. Hold on, let me look at the Discord and see what kind of bugs we have that I've not written down. Doing execution while grabbing an enemy doesn't stop the stamina draining. Doing an execution while grabbing an enemy doesn't stop the stamina draining. That's a pretty big one. That's red. That's a red task. Is it possible to take a look somehow? Hey, take a look right here. An option to activate bullet time and diving. Yeah, okay, so this would be like a quality of life thing. I'll put it up here. An option to always activate bullet time when diving. So I would say this is like almost like a Max Payne kind of feature. Quality of life kind of setting that players can use if they wanted to. And then I think that's everything. I think this one is fine. I think the overall problem with this one, let me see if I wrote it down. I don't think I did. After returning to a main menu and receiving achievements, cosmetic unlocks does not re-update. May need does not re-update. Okay, we could just write that down. I'm gonna say this is orange because it's kind of annoying. And then I'm gonna say this is fixed, but inherently the problem is not fixed because there's other issues, but some other shit here. We already wrote that down. The cathedral's fixed, I believe. Or improved, at least. Yeah, I currently live in Canada. Is the new trailer coming? I've been slacking off on the trailer, I'm not gonna lie. I've not been recording new footage. I've been meaning to. I recorded a bunch of footage, but I was not happy with it. So I do need to make a better setup for that. That's the goal. Aim assist grappling. Let's make this gray. It's kind of like, it's not needed, but it would be nice. Like a lot of these could also be gray. Adding Steam achievements, not necessary, but could be nice. How was Switzerland? Honestly, man, I don't really remember much because I was only there for like my early childhood. Last time I visited Switzerland, I felt like an outsider. I did not feel like I didn't really feel didn't really feel like my home, I guess, even though I was quite literally within the area that I was born in and whatnot, so. Okay. I think we got a good list for Ocean Drive. We could probably move on to the next level. Did you tell them, hey guys, I'm one of you? Yeah, in my broken French. Yes. In my absolutely broken French. Okay, so let's take a look at Eviction, which I think we've already made some adjustments to visually in third person. Like, we've already made some changes to this level, if I remember correctly. Yeah. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but we could extend the street. Could extend the street. How's Canada then? It's going okay. It's going okay. Going all right. Do I roll my own EOS implementation for streams? Do I use some integration library? I use the Steam API, and I think I just use the built-in functions that Unreal already comes with for that kind of stuff. Okay, so I think one thing we could do is extend this a little bit. And then that could be good. So let's start a list. Yeah, something just right here. Could be nice. Maybe some exterior mountains could also look kind of nice. Why did I forget to turn on the line traces? Where is he running? No one will ever know. My AI likes to do weird things. Okay, so how did this area look? It's not great. It's not great. This area probably looks better in third person. The enemies ahead can start getting aggroed, which is kind of shit. You got a Bluetooth? I think what we should do is maybe add a sound effect when an enemy is about to start doing a melee attack. I did notice that was something that I should probably do, because they'll like swing at you without you really knowing. You see, like right there, super quiet. So I wonder if we should do like a sound effect when they're going in for the attack. We have a sound for when they do attack, but yep, I put his hand in the object. I did that. This area looks good in third person. I'm okay with it. We can maybe add a proper material to the ceiling. I think that would make sense. Decided to use PowerShell for something. I had to switch to Linux. Lunix? PowerShell tree command has 0 control arguments. Can't restrict it to a depth level. We need to change that. There's a highlight thing going on. I don't know if you guys can see that. I have a thing for like highlighting doors that you can go through. And you can see it across the entire map. Should probably change that. Make it distance based instead. So make it, you have to be like, I don't know, 3,000 units. Yeah, it just doesn't look very pretty. What the hell? The thing that's kind of funny about third person is you can see the exclamation marks through walls. I'm wondering if we should maybe fix that or keep it in as like a feature. How big has the project become? You mean like file size wise? I think it's like 2 gigs now, I think. I think it's like 2 gigs now. So this area still looks cool in third person. Got no complaints. It also looks pretty good in... Oh, it's not doing the thing. Or... I don't want to change that. In terms of blueprints and C++ files, oh, I have no clue. There's a lot going on with this project. Not as much as like maybe an open world game, for example. But there's quite a bit of stuff going on. Yeah, the parking lot. I think would be cool if we extended the parking lot going up. Make the parking lot a bit taller. That could be kind of cool. I think increasing the height of the parking lot. Where's my list? Increase floors on parking lot. That way maybe we just don't see the ceiling. Ever get the feeling of rewriting things from scratch? I think everybody has that feeling when you're working on stuff, but there's also a feeling, hey, we need to get this done. And rewriting everything constantly is not going to help me finish things, unfortunately. So you technically don't have to kill all the enemies on this floor. That's like technically optional. But if you wanted to get like an S+ score, you would have to kill all the enemies around here. Learned that the hard way a few years ago. Yeah, you know, it's one of those things. As much as I would love to rewrite everything, rewriting everything doesn't finish the game, so... Sometimes you kind of have to just stick with what... I would say the only time you rewrite something is if you find that it is causing issues in the development, and it is slowing you down towards making more progress. I think then I would say, okay, a rewrite makes sense, because it impacts my current development, right? Whoa, okay, this shit is bright as hell. Oh, I need some sunglasses! Okay. I'm actually gonna go back to the main menu, and I hope that didn't save it, so then I can replay that. Fuck! It did save it. Okay, whatever. Need more details on What do you call that? The very top of an apartment, of penthouse. The sun is extremely blinding. Okay. We need some more details there, because that's just blinding, man. Okay, we got some details there for the eviction level, though. Maybe nighttime. I like to do a mix of nighttime levels and daytime levels. We have a bunch of nighttime levels in the Miami series, so I don't want to add another one. Like, we have a bunch of nighttime ones, so. Back alley, I think, looks fine. Can probably improve it a little bit. Hey, peace out, geek. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, the melee enemies need a sound effect when they're going in for an attack. Especially when they're behind. Melee enemies need sound effects when they start an attack. Maybe another warning sound when about to get attacked from a direction player. Maybe another warning sound when about to get attacked from a direction the player doesn't see in 3PP. I think that would be a good change. See, like right there. No sound. I think we could definitely make some improvements there by adding some sound there. I do think we can make some good improvements there. Is there any story? No, there's no story in the game. It's not a story kind of game. Wah! Don't worry, I'll write you a story. I'll just throw it into Chat GPT, right, guys? That's what everybody's saying. AI is going to take over, right? So we just use Chat GPT for everything, right, guys? The story, this lore, I'm telling you right now, this is canon. The guy became an assassin, or a suit, in our story, because someone flushed his goldfish. But before they flushed his goldfish, they waterboarded the goldfish. It's crazy. Tortured him. Waterboarded him. And that's why he's doing what he does. I know. It's fucked up, huh? That's the story. That's the backstory. They waterboarded his pet goldfish. Do goldfish die when they're flushed? I don't know. I'm sure it's probably not good for them. I'm sure it's probably not good for them. Oh, God. Okay, what else are we looking at? Need more details in the penthouse. The sun is extremely blinding. Okay, let's go on with the next level. There's some improvements that we can make to back alley. Chop shop, I think, looks fine. Chop shop has one of the nicer looking levels. I wouldn't mind some little objects breaking up the roof, though. You guys see what I mean? Some little objects breaking up the roof. Let's just add that in right now while we're here, so I don't add it to the list. Because I'm too lazy. Yeah, exactly. Some AC units. Scope creep? You guys, I think I'm starting to realize you guys really love to misuse the term scope creep now, huh? I think the game dev community as a whole, not you specifically, Harmless, but I do feel like, anybody else feel this way, where the game dev community is kind of just misusing terminologies now? I want to say scope creep is one of those terminologies that is like completely misused now. Like people just love to use, maybe this is too many. I did that in a sarcastic manner. I know you did it in a sarcastic manner, but I'm just bringing it up as a subject. Just because I feel like it's something that's like constantly brought up. Let's see, do I have a sign? Some sort of sign. Express shipping. Diesel tools. Diesel tool, baby. Diesel tools. Fuck it. Diesel tools. I'll leave that in the main one, too. Dev, I want to make this change, commenter. Scope creep, sir. I just think it's I just hate I hate the term now, scope creep. I think there are applicable moments where the term is used, but I feel like it's just misused everywhere now. Hey up, Stu. What you making? It's a action shooter with top down and third person. It's got a little bit of everything. It's got a little bit of everything. Okay, so that should break up a little bit of the skyline. Here's another thing I'm thinking of doing. Sky box. Mountain sky box. This should add a little bit of nice color variation on the exterior rather than just being a flat color. I can't fix everything, but at least I can add a little bit of variation across the skyline. That should be nice. Might want to look at some references. Mirror's Edge is an example. I mean, yeah, I'm sure. I'm not too worried about like the exact thing. I just want something to break up the ceilings, just to give it a. Like one thing I learned about art is you usually just generally, whenever there's like straight lines, you usually just want to break it up. So like here we kind of break it up with this satellite, we kind of break it up with that one, and then we kind of break it up with these, you know what I mean? Like it kind of just adds a bit of breakup, so it's not just a boring, bland, straight line. That being said, these ceilings aren't the prettiest thing in the world because it's like the wrong material. Like what we could do, oh my god. This surrounds the entire... This whole wall surrounds the entire building? That's actually kind of fucking crazy. So let's go here. We got some extra meshes. We're going to delete those. And then I'm going to use a concrete curb. Curb straight 400Z. That adds a nice little thing there. I'm actually, just for the purpose of like breaking up, I'm going to move this up here. And then I think you'd see them through the windows, which will look kind of cool too. What's the engine you're working on? 4.26. UE 4.26. Yep. Do you know if using a modular asset for a building makes it unoptimized? It depends on how you use those modular assets, because you do have to take into account draw calls and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes it's best to merge things together. You know what I mean? Sometimes it is best to merge things, merge some of the stuff together. Why is the car not here? My drive! Yeah, we don't see the air conditioning units from there. I'm going to... So here's the thing. It's funny because we have so many air conditioning units in this one building, but I'm just... Fuck it. We gotta break up this monotony a little bit. There you go. That gives it a little bit more life. Reminds me of My Friend Pedro. Thank you. Yeah, that's a great game. There's a lot of inspirations for this game. It's funny, actually, My Friend Pedro was never technically intended as one of the inspirations, but I'm glad that, you know, people are kind of... I think familiarity is always good. I think I've kind of changed my opinion on the whole concept of people comparing a game to another game. I think sometimes it's a bit silly in some scenarios, but in other scenarios I can understand why it's done by a lot of players. Is that sense of familiarity, I think, is actually good for a game. Ooh, I like that glass. Why didn't I use that with some other fucking glass? It's probably extremely expensive. Well, let's take a look. Let's see what kind of... Oh my shit! It's not even... It's just straight red. Whatever. This is a different glass? It's not working. Is that the same material? Yep. Yes, it is. As a matter of fact, it is. Yeah, I like that dirty glass, actually. I'm gonna do that. Does UE4 have instance meshes and stuff? It does, yes. All of the walls here that use the generator system uses instance meshes. Red equals bad performance. You know, it's a little red. It's not good. It's not very great. It's not very great. Red, not very good. in this sense. Translucency is also not very great because it's a bit expensive. It's a little bit expensive. It's a little bit... Oh, shit. Hey, what up, Zed? Thanks for the raid. How'd he do? Uh-oh. I bring people to watch you finish your game. It is very close. We're getting very close. We got a couple red and orange tasks that I'd like to complete. A couple red ones in here that some of them I don't know how to fix. So it's kind of... Don't know how to fix these two. I might have fixed this one. Not sure yet. But yeah. Is this glass breakable? It is not. It is not. Unfortunately. Yeah, Zed, thanks for the raid, and hope you had a good stream. Yeah. Hold on. What time is it? Yeah, it's not breakable. I guess it would be kind of nice to be able to break the glass, right? Even if it is on the ceiling. But like, it doesn't really like... my favorite thing in the game, even though it does nothing. In fact, it accidentally sometimes kills you because it like hits you in the back of the head and anyways, yeah, the glass looks cool from a reflection standpoint. What about dropping down? I don't know if the player can get up there, actually. Actually, they might be able to. No, I don't think you can. You'd have to work to get up here. Yeah, no, I don't think you can get up there. I think that glass is expensive because of SSR. I don't think it's necessarily screen space reflections because technically all metallic objects have screen space reflections and whatnot. I think it's just because it's translucent. Translucency has just an inherent cost. Your assets look great and fit well together. It's surprising because a bunch of them are like low poly assets mixed in with like actual textured assets. It looks okay. You know, it's not like, it's not perfect by any means, but... There's a glass here. I don't know if... I guess it would be cool for it to be destructible glass. And we could probably make it destructible glass. The problem is we'd only see it in third person. But that's fine, I guess. Okay, and then we'll scale this up. And to the right. And then we're probably going to want to add a tag to this as well. 3pp visible. It looks different. I kind of like the dirtiness of the other. I'll admit, I kind of like a bit of the dirtiness from the other material that we have, but I will. Okay, so this should not be visible in top-down. It is not, but it can still be broken. And you can shatter the glass. I do like it coming out from the ceiling, I will admit. That does look kind of... It does look kind of nice. That does look kind of nice. Yeah. I like the AC unit sticking out. That's nice. That's a nice touch. I think that's a nice touch. You know what would be kind of nice in here? Some air, some ventilation. I think some ventilation could go a long way in here. No god rays? Like, we could get some god rays in here. Barrels too. We have explosive barrels in here. They're just, because it's a gameplay object, they're not being loaded currently. But they would appear here. And vehicles. There are also vehicles in here. They're just not... See, it would look like this. There's an explosive barrel there. There's one there. Yeah. Okay. I think we made some pretty good changes in here. I was thinking of something. Oh, right. Air conditioning units. We could definitely do some little vent stuff. And just have that as a third-person detail. Ventilation seems important for a car mechanic shop. Well, we got all these air conditioning units. We might as well use them. Air duct. There we go. Duct. That's what I wanted to look for. Unless it's just a front. Every building in this game is basically just a front. It's like, story-wise, almost all of the buildings in this game are fronts. So let's make sure we have the tag for this. 3pp visible. Should make this look a bit cooler in third person, at least. Can also kind of, we could stick it there actually, so then we have a nice little detail there. Hey, by the way, this asset you can purchase. It's called Runner's Paradise on Fab. I know nobody likes going on that fucking website, and I honestly, you know what? I don't blame you. You know what? I don't blame you, actually. Where is this? Oh, this is great. I like this, actually. I'm assuming everything that's tagged as 3pp visible doesn't show up in top-down? Exactly, exactly. Exactly. So yeah, anything with 3pp will only show in in third person. And then I also have a tag for only showing things in top down as well. I do have a tag for that too. Maybe I can continue the air duct actually throughout the entire building. Now that I think about it, that might look kind of cool. Let me keep that here though. Three PP. Uh-oh. I don't know if I have a tiny vent. I think I only have big vents. So I'm going to do this. And extend it like that. I also just noticed that part sticks out a bit. That's fine. It's not too big of a deal. Actually, it's kind of ugly. No, it's fine. It looks kind of cool. Okay, so now we got some ceiling details, which is great. This hallway could do with some more stuff too. It's very straight, kind of boring. Another detail I'd like to add in. Let's get some vents up in here, you know, make it look good. It's gotta be nice and cool in here. Miami's a hot place. Fab is short for fabulous. Well, they're not doing a very good job of it. On the so-called Fab website. Carpet? I don't know if we'd want to put a carpet in, I guess we could. That's a good idea. Good idea. You know what? Yeah. That looks like a bathroom rug though. I'm not a carpet rug. There we go. Actually kind of, I think a blue one would look nice. It breaks up the color a little bit. I don't know if this looks like a businessy kind of rug though. looks like a house rug. I don't know if this matches. Maybe we do this one. And then maybe for this hallway we do some of the other ones. Oh yeah, some ceiling lights would also do some wonders here. So let's see, light, either light or lamp. That's way too bright. On the wall, not the ceiling. I think the ceiling might look better because we have nothing on the ceiling right now. I think that would break up things. I think on the wall, we could put some stuff on the wall though. I don't know if I like this light though. I think maybe this might work better. I think that'll look pretty good. It also kind of matches the type of light it is. In here, I could see some of those lights we were looking at. But maybe turned off, because it's so bright in here already. I don't think there's any lights. Yeah, it's all daylight. See tags, 3pp visible. Also, this might, oh yeah, that will fuck up. So let's turn off cast shadows on this. Yeah. 606. What's the difference between a carpet and a rug in English? I think they're basically, I think the same. I would not know, actually. I feel like they are essentially the same, but I could be wrong. As far as I know, I think they're the same. I also gotta say, I don't know if I'm a huge fan of the ceiling and how it looks, but oh well. Now, do we have a turned off spotlight ceiling light? I don't think we do. So I'm going to duplicate this one. And let's see if we can maybe turn off the emissive intensity. Oh yes. Now we're talking. How big is this texture? 2048. Oh! Tags, 3pp visible. Let's do this, I guess. A carpet is usually the entire floor, and a rug is something you can roll up. Well, there you go. Today I learned. Today I learned. These probably also don't need cast shadows turned to true, but that's okay. Actually, yeah, I'm going to turn off cast. I'm going to turn off cast dynamic shadows. I feel like garages are usually pretty bright, right? They have quite a bit of light going on inside of it. Someone made a Fab browser called Orbital Market and it works better than Fab. The thing is, though, I think Fab has some integral issues that an outside third-party browser, while it's great, I don't think it inherently fixes all of the problems, sadly. Oh, right. Damn it, there's so many lights all over this place. I feel like this might be better light because it's like the boss man's office, but whatever. Cool. This room does not have a light inside of it. I think we could... Oh wait, it does. Never mind. It do. I hope the spotlight shining on it doesn't cause it to do something incorrect. I think it will. I might want to move these lights, but yeah, okay, good. Some nice little changes in this level. We made it look a little prettier. We might have juiced it up a little too much, you know what I mean? Gave it too many details. Got the air duct, which looks cool. Got the lights in here, ceiling lights. We're missing a couple in here. I think the ceiling lights adds quite a bit. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Very cool. What the fuck? Not cool. Not cool. Not cool. That's not cool. Yeah, I really don't like the ceiling, but at least we added a couple little details in here. I think what would look kind of cool is like a trim around the walls, but I don't care enough for that. I don't care enough for that. I also would love to fix these fucking baking errors. That would be really nice. And I think I have a couple ideas of how I could fix it, but I also just don't care enough as well, to be honest. Got too many problems. All right, let's see how many problems we come up with. I'm going to do a preview build first. Let's try a preview build first. Sorry, I'm just looking at my messages right now. Okay. I think once we're done with this level, I'm probably going to head out here. I didn't even put it on the list, but whatever. Does it really need to be on the list? I'm hungry, man. I'm gonna be on. I'm fucking starving. Oh wait, it's done. Yeah, actually, surprisingly, they look okay. They're not like super bright on the top, except for this one. This one's looking a little blinding, but it's not affecting anything. These look good in here, I think. Methinks. Oh shit, we're getting a little bit of fighting going on over here. Could probably fix this. Okay, what the hell? Well, it's better than before. Could we fix it a little bit more? Oh. Okay, good enough. This one. Let's try a similar number, 312. It's not perfect, but at least it's better than what we had before. All right, let's see the other side. The other side, for some reason, is completely unaffected. What the heck? Did I give myself a deadline? I know I wouldn't. Whenever shit's ready. I can't really follow too much of a deadline right now because I have a bunch of localization companies, or a couple, I should say, not a bunch. I have a couple localization companies working on stuff. And then I got to send a bunch of things ASAP to a buddy of mine who's going to do the new key art. So I need to get him filled in on what to kind of do from there. So we're going to have new key art as well. So that I need to do as well. Can you talk about which localization companies you're using? I use, I work with, or I work I commissioned one company called Warlocks, Warlocs, and another company who is kindly doing Turkish for free. They're great, and that is plus localization. I think they're both great. They both charge the same price technically for languages. Pluslock did Turkish for free, and that's pretty awesome. So yeah. You know, Minox. That being said, we're adding like 5 new languages in this update. And that's pretty costly. That's pretty damn costly, let me tell you. Oh. Are we going in? Still though, worth the price, I would say. Any voiceover work? No, I think I just do all the voiceover work and I just do it in English. Another useless feature on Twitch? What the hell? Wait, what the hell is the feature? What are they doing? Is it on my stream too? I don't know. I don't see it. Am I working with an Asian publisher? No, I am not. The game is available in China, Korea, various places if I remember correctly. All right, let's see what the level looks like in third person. Let's also take a look in top down as well. Make sure I didn't miss anything by accident. Why does this room feel brighter? Anybody else feel that? I think it's a little bit brighter. Yeah, the ceiling lights adds a lot. It breaks up the ceilings. The rugs do a nice amount as well. They're kind of nice. How's the bathroom looking? How's the bathroom looking? We got 2 mirrors. Okay. This is really bright. This room is very bright. It's extremely bright. It's because the wall is hitting, the light is hitting the wall. Wonder if there's anything I could do there. Someone left the fridge open? Man, what the hell? Alright, I think this level is good. I think this level has gotten the third person touch. Obviously, like, it doesn't, it's not nice seeing the street just, like, cut off there, but I'm not going to go out on my way to, you know, yeah. Why are the cars pancakes? They're chocolate pancakes, because I didn't want to make a broken, destructible car, so I just took the existing cars and slammed them on top of each other. It looks a lot better in top down, so just don't question it. It gives it character, okay? It gives it character. Also, it kind of low-key looks delicious. I'm not gonna lie. Something about this looks really they look pretty good. I wouldn't eat it in real life, but like... Yeah, anyways. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for lurking, chat. Got a good list of stuff to improve and fix in third person. Some quality of life settings and features. And various other things to do. I'm going to mark these as orange. Okay. We are getting there. I do need to do a bunch of stuff, though. Like, work on the trailer. I should probably work on that. Something I should work on. That'd be the responsible thing to do, is working on the announcement trailer for the 1.0. Still don't know what to do for it, but we'll figure it out. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for lurking, chatting, and sticking around. Yeah, check out the YouTube channel, check out Discord, check out the game on Steam, check out and yeah, all right, goodbye. See you guys later. Prismatica, he's still alive? Sure. Is he live right now? Let's make him stream longer. All right, go say hi to Prismatica for me. Goodbye. See you guys later. Goodbye, YouTube. Goodbye, Twitch. See you tomorrow. Another stream of this game. Until we don't anymore. All right, goodbye.